Welcome. Today we have the opportunity to interview a very important person in the history of the United States.
He didn't have studies. He was the 16th president of the United States and he abolished slavery.
He is Abraham Lincoln.
Hi Abraham, we are so excited because you are here. You are one of the persons that I admire for all that you did for the black people.
Okay, it's time to start. Mr. Lincoln, we hear that you start to work very young. Is that true? And it's why and what you work very young?
Oh yeah, it was a very difficult part of my life. My family didn't have money and I started to work because we needed money to subsist.
How do you think the end of slavery reshaped the American people?
I feel that more than liberating slaves, this served to change mentalities to black and white people.
How do you define the democracy?
I want this to be very recorded and everyone remember it. The government is for the people and of the people.
Nothing more to say, Mr. Lincoln?
Nothing more to say.
Wait a moment, we are entering very important plane and we have been waiting all day. How did your love story begin?
Okay, it started on Springfield in the state of Illinois. I was very naive and intelligent, obviously. In that time, I was wooed by the first enemy of my future husband. But of course, I met Abraham and since that moment, I stayed with him. Then on November 4th of 1842, we married.
What job did Abraham have before becoming president?
He was a cooperative lawyer and defended the interests of the big railway businessmen.
How was it for Abraham to feel death so close?
After the loss of his mother, about 9 years old, then his sister, his first love, our children, it filled him a big sadness. He woke up yet and he didn't stop to think about that. It's a big empty.
Devastating, but all that influenced your life? How is your way of being?
Well, you know, he is reserved and sometimes, the secret not, I think that he's crazy, I don't know.
How was he as a father?
He was a good father, but you know, he didn't stay at home, doesn't have time for our children. It's crazy, but all that is because his job, and I don't have problem for this.
How it was for you to lose popularity after the 1856 elections?
God, this is very, very, very degrading. But for a crazy reason, Abraham became most popular between the American people.
Is it true that Lincoln was part for the army?
Yeah, I was remembered that he was captain during the Black Hawk Down.
Is it true that you caused your husband many economic problems but wasting money on your purchases?
Excuse me?
Well, I think this is all for the interview.
We have a problem. Mr. Lincoln had to go, but he accepted to make a video call, so let's do it. Tell us, Mr. Lincoln, how did he start his life in politics?
I started in the Green Party when I won the Illinois legislative elections. Then I talked about studying grammar and math. 2 years later, in 1836, I was a congressman in the U.S. House of Representatives, where I began my career as a lawyer, and I gained great popularity.
It's true that you was almost vice-president?
Yes, when we found the Republican Party and after John Fremont was elected as president, a group of delegates chose me and I was defeated by William Dayton.
As a president, what was your goal?
First of all, I want to abolish slavery, but when the Civil War broke out, the only thing that matters to me was to save the Union, and as everyone knows, I managed to do both.
Mr. Lincoln, you tried to stop the war?
Of course, yes. I tried to establish unity with a coalition government with the Southerners, but it was not possible.
The good was that you were succeeded, abolished slavery, and saved the Union.
Exactly. Also, the end of the North War. This became the center of economic and political power in the United States.
Mr. Lincoln, something to say to the viewers?
My death is coming. I can feel it.